Hello children, in the last session we understood what data is, what is statistics. So I already said you, after collecting the information, that is not sufficient. We need to group the data, that is we have to put it in a proper way. Then we need to interpret the results. All these together give rise to the statistics. So collection of information, grouping it or putting it or presenting the data, as well as interpreting and giving inference on the data. All these steps, all the 4 steps followed together is named as statistics. That is what we do in statistics, children. So here, to understand how to present a data, in the last session we understood how to collect the information or the data and what is primary data and what is secondary data. In today's session we shall learn how to present data, that is presentation of data, children. To understand this, we have considered, we will learn the examples here. First example, I have chosen here as marks obtained by 10 students in maths are as follows. So in the mathematics test, the scores, that is the marks scored by 10 students are given here. Like 78, 55, 36, 95, 73, like this, children. The data is given to you, the marks is given to you. So now if someone asks you, just by looking at this information or from this data, tell me what is the lowest marks and what is the highest marks. Can you tell? Yes, of course you can tell. But what will do? You will go search 78, 55, 36, 95, 73, 60, 42, 85 means 95 is highest. So highest is 95. Again you will search what. So you can do it. I am not telling you cannot. But it will take more time, isn't it? It will take you time in order to search which is the lowest marks and which is the highest marks. So what we will do is, if at all, such data through which we are not able to get the complete information, or by just looking at the data we cannot get the the information very fast. Such data is called the raw data. It is called raw data, children. What we will do is, we will, if at all, we arrange the scores in either in ascending order or in the descending order. You know what is ascending and descending order. Lowest to highest if you arrange, it is ascending. Descending means highest to lowest you will arrange. If at all in any one of the method you arrange the given scores, then check how fast you can guess the data. Now I have arranged the scores in the ascending order, children. In the ascending order. See, 25, 36, 42, 55, 60, 62, 73, 75, 78 and 95. So easily by looking at the score, if someone asks you what is the highest and lowest score, easily you can tell 25 is the lowest score, 95 is the highest score, isn't it? It will be easy for you to say. So children, if at all the given data, simply collecting the information is not sufficient, but how you present so that people understand it easily is also the question, is also that matters here. So if at all, after arranging the same given scores in ascending order, then easily we can find out which is the lowest score and highest score. This takes less time compared to the first case on finding out the lowest and the highest scores, children. So this is one method. After knowing the highest and lowest score, if at all you subtract, that is highest marks is 95 anta gottaytu, lowest score is 25 anta we know, we are writing it. When you subtract the lowest score from the highest score, the difference what you get is called the range. You have studied this already in class 8 in data handling, children. Range, just recall it. That is the reason I said you to refer class 8 textbook once. Data handling chapter. So what is range means, among the given data, here in this example scores are given, maybe temperature is given, or maybe days of a month or month in a year, like that any information can be given. That highest minus the lowest value what you do, the difference what you get is called the range. In this particular example, range is H minus L, that is highest score minus the lowest score. What is the highest score here? 95. Lowest score is 25. When you subtract 95 from 25, what you get is 70. The difference is 70, isn't it? So what is the range of the score means? Range is 70. Whatever the given information is, search for the highest value and lowest value, subtract one from the other. That gives you, the difference gives you the range. So raw data is one new word what you learned, and range is one new word what you learned. Please make it a note. Now If at all, only 10 students are here. Here marks obtained by 10 students, they said. So easily by writing them in ascending or descending order, easily we find it out highest and lowest score. That is, in turn we find it out the range. So suppose some 60 students are there in the class. If the class strength is 60, can you write all the 60 scores like this in ascending, descending order and find out the highest and lowest scores, children? No, it is difficult. When the information is less or when the data is less, we can follow this method in interpreting or finding the information. But when the data is more, this method is difficult. In that case, we switch on to the new method. What is that? We will learn it in example 2. It says that marks obtained by 30 students in a subject in a test is given. So these are the marks scored by 30 students. You see, 3 in a column you have, and finally 10 columns are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are there. So these are the marks obtained by 30 students. When this is the case, I will ask you which is the highest score and what is the lowest score. Can you sit and write all the 30 students marks in ascending or descending order and tell me what is the range? It is difficult. When that is the case, what we do is, and before that, children, okay, now if you also observe here, none of the marks were repeated, isn't it? All the marks are different, none of them are repeated. But if you consider here the marks scored by 30 students, children, it is not like only one person will take out of what in the class. There will be 2 to 3 students. So the same marks, or maybe say 70 out of 80 is scored by some 5 students. 60 is scored by some 2-3 students. Like that, children, same marks can be scored by many number of students as well. It is not like 80 should be scored by 1, 70 should be scored by 1. No. Like that. Here, let us check how many students have scored 70 marks in the test among 30 students. So in this column, no. In this column, no. This column, no. In this column, we have 70. That is 1. In this column, do we have 70? No. Again, here we have 2. This column, again we have 3. This column, no. This column, no. Again in this column, we have 70. That's it, children. So, how many students have scored 70 in exam? 1, 2, 3 and 4 students have scored 70 marks. So, we say, what is the frequency of 70 marks? This term frequency you already learnt in data handling chapter. That is the reason I am telling you to go through that book. Frequency, what we say, children. Now 70 marks. How many students have scored 70 marks means we came to know that 4 students have scored 70 marks. So the frequency of 70 is 4. How many times it is repeated is nothing but its frequency. You have studied, no, in physics also. The number of oscillations made in a second is called the frequency. In some chapter you have studied about the sound waves. So number of waves produced in a second is called its frequency on the head there. And if you consider an oscillator, number of oscillations made in a second is called its frequency on head there. Here also, children, number of time the given score or the given data is repeated is called its frequency. That's it. Now, how many times the mark 70 is been repeated? 4 times means frequency of 70 is 4. Similarly, if you check for marks, say which is repeated again, 40 we will check. Now, 140 we got here. What I will do with different notation. I will underline as I have already encircled. Here no 40, 40, illa 40, illa 40. So second student with 40 marks. Again I got third student with 40 marks. Again fourth student with 40 marks. So again the frequency of 40 is also 4. Now I will check with marks 20. I will tick now. 20, 120 I got. 20, 20, no. 20 marks are scored only by one student. So what is the frequency of 20? It is 1. Like this, children, number of times the score is repeated gives its value of frequency. So as I said you, when the information is more or large data is there, we cannot go for this method of arranging them in ascending or descending order and hence finding out what is the range. What we do is, As we can easily find out the frequency, children, we will represent the information in the form of a table called the frequency distribution table. You know already what is frequency distribution table. And why is it called frequency distribution table? It is because, children, what information we write in the table matters. We will be having two columns here. First column will be of marks. See, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 like that. Marks will be written and its frequency will be written in the second column. Like 10 marks was scored by one student. So frequency of 10 is 1. As we did here, it is represented in the form of table. That's it. 20 is scored by one student. 30 is scored by 3 students. 40 is scored by 5 students. 60 marks is scored by 7 students. So frequency of 60 is 7. Frequency of 40 is 5. Frequency of 30 is 3. Frequency of 20 is 1. Frequency of 10 is 1. Like that, we represent the information in the tabular form, and that table is called frequency distribution table. The reason why we call it as frequency distribution table is we are representing the frequency here. We are representing the frequency here, hence it is called frequency distribution table. So, hope you understood what is frequency and what is frequency distribution table, children. If you do so, it will be easy for us, no? How many students have scored 40 means easily you can refer table 5. 5 students have scored 40 marks, you can say easily. But if, see how much time I took to search in each column, isn't it? So this is easy, or it takes less time compared to finding out by that old method. So this is called frequency distribution table, children. One more thing, in the first marks column here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 like this, marks are written. When such marks are written in single, this data what we are doing is called ungrouped frequency distribution is called table. Ungrouped frequency distribution table. If something called ungrouped is there, then grouped also should be there. That also you have studied, no children. We used to write it in the form of class interval or class. Class interval anta karitidvi. So if at all you write single numbers like this, that this is called ungrouped data on the first record here. Next you have, if you recall or if you remember, we write the data like 10 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50. Like this we used to write the data in the first column. You remember, children? So this type of grouping the data is called grouped. This type of grouping, if is done in the table, it is called group frequency distribution. If numbers are written in single like previously 10, 20, 30, 40, it is called ungrouped frequency distribution. If they are written in terms of class intervals or class like this, it's called grouped frequency distribution table, children. Hope it is clear to you and not confusing. So what we learned today is how to present the data. Presentation of data when less information or less data is there, we learned. And what is range we learned, which is highest score minus the lowest score. The initial data what we have is called the raw data, and if at all the given data is large, means how to represent them, means what is frequency we learned, and how to represent the large information in the form of frequency distribution table also we learned. And if at all the data or the marks scores are written in single, that is 10, 20, 30, 40 and baradra, it is called ungrouped frequency distribution. If the numbers are in groups like this, it is called grouped frequency distribution table, children. It is called grouped frequency distribution table. We shall learn more about this in the upcoming videos.